Hello my dear students, welcome to maths class. Today we are going to do the ninth problem of first exercise of chapter 2, circles. Question is, a triangle is drawn by joining a point on a semicircle to the ends of the diameter. Then semicircles are drawn with the other two sides as diameter. Prove that the sum of areas of the blue and red crescents in the second picture is equal to the area of the triangle. Okay, see in the first figure you can see a triangle. That triangle is formed by joining the ends of the diameter of this semicircle. What is a semicircle? A semicircle is half of a circle. Okay, so the diameter of the ends of the diameter is joined to a point on the circle. Here we got a right triangle. Okay, so this one is a right triangle. And what we need to prove? We need to prove that first figure itself you can see one green color semicircle. And here you can see a blue color semicircle and a red color semicircle. Okay, then here in the blue color semicircle, the green part, the green color semicircle is overlapping there, right? So if we remove that green color part, we get a crescent. Okay. നിങ്ങളൊക്കെ അമ്പിളിമാമനെ കണ്ടു കാണൂലേ? അമ്പിളിമാമൻ ചിലപ്പോഴൊക്കെ കാണാറില്ലേ ഇതുപോലെ ഒരു അരിവാള് പോലെ ഇരിക്കുന്നത്? That is what we call crescent. Okay, so we need to prove that the area of this blue crescent and area of this red crescent, sum of areas of that two equal to the area of the triangle. Now we come to the proof part. That is, here first we are going to name the parts of the circle. See, we name the diameter of the semicircle as AC and B is any point on the semicircle. Okay, so B is a point on the circle and AC as a diameter. Then we know that if we join the ends of the diameter to a point on the circle, we get a 90-degree angle. So that we can say that angle ABC is equal to 90 degree. What is the reason? Reason is angle in a semicircle is right angle. Okay, now in this figure, here you can see three sides. One is AB, BC and other is AC. Okay, and we give the length of AC as small a. Okay, for convenience we take the length of AC as small a and BC as small b and BA as small c. Okay, so using the Pythagoras theorem, we can this triangle is a right triangle with a hypotenuse a. So using Pythagoras theorem, we have base square plus altitude square is equal to hypotenuse square. Okay, so c square plus b square is equal to a square, or a square is equal to b square plus c square. Using Pythagoras theorem, we have that result. Now we are going to find out the area of the semicircles with the AB as diameter, BC as diameter and AC as diameter. And what is the speciality of areas of these three semicircle? Okay, one is area of the semicircle with this AB as diameter, that means this C as diameter, and another area of the semicircle with this small b as diameter, and finally area of the semicircle with this A as a diameter. Okay, so area of the semicircle with the AB as a diameter. Okay, AB means its length is equal to C, and we know that area of a semicircle means half of area of a circle with the same radius. Okay, so area of this semicircle is equal to half pi r square. Okay, half of pi r square, where the radius of the semicircle, see the diameter here is C. Then what is its radius? We know that radius is half of the diameter. So here the radius is equal to c by 2. In the first, this blue color crescent is part of this semicircle. Okay, so first we are going to find out area of the semicircle with this AB as diameter, that is equal to half into pi into c by 2 the whole square. Okay, that is equal to, yes, half, and here you can say c by 2, right? So c by 2 whole square is equal to c square by 4. By combining this 2 and 4 we have 8, and 1 is in the numerator and pi and the c square. So we have 1 by 8 pi c square. Then next we are going to find out area of the semicircle with the BC as diameter. Okay, so this B is the length of the diameter, then its radius is b by 2, then its area is half of pi into b by 2 the whole square, that is equal to half into pi into b square by 4, that is equal to 1 by 8 into pi into b square. Okay, now we are going to find out area of the semicircle with the AC as diameter. Okay, AC as diameter, that is AC means, yes, which is AC? Yes, this length A is the diameter of AC. Okay, AC means length A. So the diameter is small a, then area is equal to 1 by 2 pi a by 2 the whole square, that is equal to 1 by 2 into pi into a square by 4, that is equal to 1 by 8 pi a square. Okay, then area of the semicircle. Now we are going to add the area of semicircle with the AB as diameter and area of the semicircle with the BC as diameter. Okay, and that is equal to, yes, for the first from the first area we have 1 by 8 pi c square is area of the semicircle with AB as diameter. Then area of the semicircle with the BC as diameter is equal to 1 by 8 pi b square. Okay, so 1 by 8 pi are common, so take that 1 by 8 and pi outside. Then here we have a c square, that is inside the bracket, c square plus b square. And what is c square plus b square? Yes, we know that this c square plus b square is equal to a square. So we have 1 by 8 into pi a square, that is area of the semicircle with the AC as a diameter. So we have, yes, the area of this semicircle and area of this semicircle is equal to area of this green color semicircle. Okay, we have that. But we need to prove that area of the triangle is equal to area of the blue crescent and area of the red crescent. Then how do we come to that? Yes, for that, yes, we take the area of the blue crescent as P and area of the red crescent as Q and the area of the triangle as X. Okay, from this figure itself we can see that this set is the common portion of the area of the semicircle with the AB as diameter and AC as diameter. Okay, this set is the common area of the semicircles with the diameter AC and the diameter AB. Similarly, the y here you can see a green part, that green part is called y, and that y is the common part of the semicircles with the diameter BC and with the semicircle with the diameter AC. Okay, so area of this green semicircle, is equal to, actually it is equal to x plus y plus z, right? X plus y plus z. Okay, keep in mind. Then let us take the area of the triangle as x, area of the blue crescent as P and area of the red crescent as Q, and area of the region common to the semicircles as y, and this is y and this one is z. Then area of the semicircle with the AB as diameter plus area of the semicircle with the BC as diameter is equal to area of the semicircle with the AC as diameter. Okay, That means area of this semicircle plus area of this semicircle is equal to area of this green semicircle. Okay, then what is area from this figure? What is area of this semicircle? The area of semicircle is equal to P plus Z. Okay, similarly here we can see the area of the semicircle with BC as diameter as Y plus Q, and that is equal to, yes, area of this green color part, green semicircle, area of green semicircle is equal to X plus Y plus Z. So we have P plus Z plus Q plus Y is equal to Z plus X plus Y. Okay, then here you can see P plus Q plus Y plus Z is equal to X plus Y plus Z. Now we are going to move this Y and Z to the other side of the equation. Then the left hand side of the equation we have P plus Q. Okay, and this Y moving to the other side, it become minus Y, and this Z minus Z. So we have P plus Q is equal to X plus Y plus Z minus Y minus Z. So 1 plus Y and 1 minus Y, so that get cancelled. Similarly Z and minus Z, that also get cancelled. So here we have P plus Q is equal to X. What is P? Area of the blue crescent. What is Q? Area of the red crescent. And what is X? X is the area of the triangle. Okay, so we have the proof. Area of the blue crescent and area of the red crescent is equal to area of the, yes, area of the triangle. Okay. So that is the end of the first exercise. Okay, we proved the 9th answer also. Now the next section of the chapter, that is chord, angle and arc. Okay, here you can see a figure. What is the specialty of this figure? See, this blue color line is the diameter of the circle, and if we join the ends of the diameter to a point on the circle, we get a right triangle. Okay, if we join the ends of the diameter to a point on the circle, we get a right angle. Then if we join the ends of a chord that is not a diameter, what will happen? See, here you can see a chord. This blue color is a chord of the circle that is not the diameter. If we join the ends of the chord to a point on the circles, here we can join the ends of the chord to 2 points on the circle, that is one above the chord and one below the chord. Okay, then also angles are formed. Then is there any speciality for these angles? Let us check. See, here you can see a circle, and A is the center of the circle, and CD is a chord. CD is a chord that is not a diameter of the circle. Okay, CD is simply a chord. If we join the ends of this chord to a point on the circle, here you can see a point above the chord and one point below the chord. Okay, I am going to join the ends of the chord to these 2 points. Okay, let us do. Okay, I join the ends of the chord to the point B. Okay, similarly here also I am going to join the ends of the chord to this point. Then is there any speciality? Let us check. Let us measure these angles. Okay. What is the measurement? That is equal to 61.4. Then what about this angle? Let us measure. This angle is equal to, what is this angle? Now I am going to join the ends of the chord to some other points above the chord and below the chord. Okay, first I am going to join with this F, point F with the ends of the chord. Okay, so first I am going to join. Okay, so this is equal to, we got an angle here. Okay, next I am going to join the ends of the chord to the point G. Okay, then next I am going to join to the point H. Then I am going to join the ends of the chord to the point I. Okay, then to the point J. Okay, yes, I got, yes, how many angles? 1 2 3 4 5 angles here. Okay, and now I am going to join the ends of the chord to points below the chord. Okay, then what happened? Let us check. Okay, first I am joined with this M, then I am going to join with this K, then with this L, then with this N. Okay, then also I got 4 angles. Now I am going to measure all these angles. Okay, let us measure the first angle. First one is this one, and what is its angle? Yes, that is equal to 61.4. Okay, then next this one, let us measure that, and what is its measure? That is also equal to 61.4. Then what about this angle? Yes, that is also equal to 61.4. And what about this angle? Yes, that is equal to 61.4. So what about this? Can you assume? Yes, that is also equal to 61.4. So if we join the ends of the chord to any point above the chord, we get same angles. Okay, if we join to any point above the chord, we get the same angle. Okay, same angle. It is not necessary that it is 61.4. Okay, some other angle will also get. Okay, and if I measure the angles that are formed by joining the points below the chord, okay, then what will happen though? Let us measure. See, yes, what is its measurement? Yes, that is equal to 118.6. Okay, this is equal to 118.6. Okay, similarly, yes, what about this angle? That is also equal to, yes, 118.6. Okay, then what about the next? That is also equal to 118.6. Then this one, yes, that is also equal to 118.6. So what we observe from this, if we join the ends of the chord to the points on one side, all angles are equal, and if we join the end of the chord to the other section of the circle, then also we get the same angles. Okay, so angles on one side are equal and angles on the other side are also equal. Okay, now let us add the angles on either side of the chord. Okay, so I am going to add one pair of angles on either side. What we get? That is, first I joined the ends of the chord to the point B and to the point A. Okay, let us add these two angles. Okay. Okay, we can add using this calculator. Okay, which are the numbers? Yes, first one is 61.4 and the angle on the other side is equal to 118.6. Okay, 118.6. What about their sum? Their sum is equal to, what is their sum? Yes, that is equal to 180. So that is a property of the angles of chord of a circle. Then what is that? Yes, if we add the angles on either side of the chord, we get an angle 180 degree. Okay, so this much only for today, children, and the rest of the things will be taken in the next class. Okay, thank you, children.